Chapter 146 Lu Baichuan is found coughing up blood. General Jean laughed loudly and said, "Don't worry, Xiao Xiao, I promise to make arrangements when you arrive in Myanmar. General Jean, please estimate how much money you need, and I will ask Boss Tang to transfer it to you," Xiao Fen said with a smile. General Jean said, "Xiao Xiao, I will buy the things first, and I will tell you how much I spent. Don't worry, I will definitely not make false reports." "That's fine." Xiao Fen had no objection. Even if General Jean made false reports, he would accept it as long as the price was within a reasonable range. With the strength he showed, General Jean should not dare to do anything wrong. In Zijing community, Lu Baichuan walked around. "Why are you so impatient, old man?" Lu Baichuan's wife Lu Xiuyun said. Lu Baichuan frowned and said, "Why did Yue live in Leishan County and not come back? Is she avoiding us on purpose and doesn't want to recognize us?" Lu Xiuyun said, "You drove Susu and the others out, and they were hunted down and killed by their enemies. How could Yue recognize you so quickly? She hasn't even recognized me as her grandmother yet, so just forget it." Lu Baichuan glared at Lu Xiuyun. "I never thought that something like that would happen later. Should we live in Leishan County?" Lu Xiuyun rolled her eyes. "You're following too closely, and Yue might be disgusted. Tell me why you're so anxious." Lu Baichuan covered his chest and suddenly started coughing violently. This time the cough came quickly, and Lu Baichuan had no towel or paper in his hand, so he could only cover his mouth with his hand, and when he took his hand away, he clenched his fist. "Old man, open your hand." Lu Xiuyun's face changed. She saw a little blood on Lu Baichuan's lips, and Lu Baichuan's clenched fist was not right. "What are you opening? You still want to see a mouthful of old phlegm?" Lu Baichuan frowned and said, "I'm going to wash my hands. You can go shopping by yourself. Open it quickly. Otherwise I'll call Rose and the others over." Lu Xiuyun said with a somewhat unpleasant expression. She grabbed Lu Baichuan's right hand. "I have a tissue here. I'll wipe it for you." Lu Baichuan frowned. He shook his hand but didn't break free. "You can see it if you want." Lu Baichuan opened his hand helplessly. The blood in his palm was shocking. "Old man, you..." Lu Xiuyun was shocked. Lu Baichuan took a deep breath and said, "Don't worry too much. My old bones should be able to hold on for another 2 years. Ziyuan may be able to make further progress. Old man, you have to go to the hospital," Lu Xiuyun said with an unpleasant expression. Lu Baichuan shook his head. "This is an old illness left over from the past. The hospital can't cure it. I'm afraid I'll die faster if I lie in the hospital." "No, you must go to the hospital. Let's go back to the capital," Lu Xiuyun insisted. Lu Baichuan frowned and said, "My birthday is in 10 days, and the invitations have been sent out. Can I come out of the hospital now? Let's talk about it after my birthday. If Yue can go by then, maybe she can call me Grandpa." Lu Xiuyun looked at Lu Baichuan with great concern. Lu Baichuan said, "It has been like this for 2 months. It won't be a big problem in 10 days. I will just cough up some blood when my emotions fluctuate. Then try not to get excited. I must go to the hospital after my birthday," Lu Xiuyun said seriously. Okay, stop nagging." Lu Baichuan waved his hand and said, "Why don't we go to the orphanage where Yue used to live? Then we can go to where Yue and her family live." "Okay." Lu Xiuyun nodded. Soon Lu Baichuan and his team set off. There were several cars following their car, and the cars were all armed with guards. This environment is not bad. 2 hours later, Lu Baichuan and his team arrived. Lu Baichuan looked around and said. Lu Xiuyun shook her head. It was very shabby here before, and the orphanage could barely maintain itself. There was no money to repair the collapsed walls. It's like this now. Xiaofan helped to repair it after he got together with Yue. Lu Baichuan nodded slightly, and he and Lu Xiuyun entered the orphanage together. Cough cough. Half an hour later, Lu Baichuan, who was playing with the children, coughed again. Lu Xiuyun was talking to Shen Anmei on the second floor. She looked out through the window with heartache. "Sister Lu, you have a great relationship as husband and wife. Shen Anmei noticed Lu Xiuyun's expression and smiled. Lu Xiuyun showed hesitation in her eyes. After a while, she sighed and said, Dean Shen, you don't know that my old man is coughing up blood now. He never holds birthday parties. This time, he probably wants Yue to attend, so he agreed to hold it, but Yue may not attend. I want to ask you for a favor. Shen Anmei was stunned. It turns out that Lu Baichuan coughs and coughs up blood. No wonder Lu Xiuyun is so distressed. Sister Lu, do you want me to help persuade Yue? Lu Xiuyun bowed and said, Dean Shen, please. If he holds it this year, he will definitely not hold it next year. Whether he can hold it until the year after next is a question. Shen Anmei quickly helped Lu Xiuyun up. I can help persuade Yue to attend the birthday party, but whether she recognizes you or not depends on herself. Thank you. That's good. Lu Xiuyun said gratefully. Another half an hour later, Lu Baichuan and his friends left. Before leaving, Lu Baichuan donated all his pension for a year. Lu Ziyuan is very rich, but Lu Baichuan doesn't want his money. He usually uses his pension to buy things. He has about 15,000 yuan a month. After donating his 180,000 yuan pension, Lu Baichuan can only buy inferior tea. With his status and position, there are countless people who want to give him gifts, but he never accepts them, even those from his son. Let's go. Since we are already in Leishan County, let's go to Xiaofan's villa on the way. Lu Baichuan got in the car and said. Their car left quickly. Shen Anmei arrived at the place where Lu Baichuan had just thrown the garbage. She picked up a paper ball from the trash can. When she unfolded the paper ball, she saw blood on the paper towel. Alas. Shen Anmei sighed slightly. Lu Baichuan had made great contributions to the country. She would rather Lu Xiuyun had just lied to her. Ding. Shen Anmei called Su Yue. Grandma Dean. Su Yue's sweet voice came over quickly. Shen Anmei said, Wei, just now Mr. Lu and Mrs. Lu came over. They stayed in the orphanage for an hour, and I found that Mr. Lu was coughing up blood. Su Yue's face changed. Although she did not recognize Lu Baichuan and the others for the time being, she did not want Lu Baichuan to get into trouble. Mrs. Lu asked me to persuade you to attend the birthday party. You are not in a hurry to decide whether to recognize them or not. You can go to Mr. Lu's birthday party when the time comes. If I miss it, I may not have the chance in the future. Shen Anmei sighed. Su Yue felt blocked in her heart. She said, I know, Dean Grandma, I will go to the birthday party when the time comes. Brothers and sisters, if you like this book, please give it a 5-star rating, thank you. Midline horizontal ellipsis Chapter 147 Results of bloodline identification. After hanging up the phone, Su Yue's eyes showed sadness. Even if she didn't recognize Lu Baichuan was her mother's biological father after all. She naturally didn't want Lu Baichuan to get into trouble. From some of her contacts with Lu Baichuan and others, Su Yue felt that they were actually quite good people, not the kind of cruel and heartless parents. Don't get close, we just need to go into the villa. Lu Baichuan ordered as the car approached Xiaofan's villa. He didn't want to upset Su Yue. Yes. The guards were secretly deployed. The villa where Xiaofan was located occupied a large area and was relatively open around. Even if they didn't get close, they could provide defense. Ding dong, ding dong. Lu Baichuan and Lu Xiuyun arrived at the gate together, and they rang the doorbell outside the gate. Xiaofan was practicing in the villa. He heard the sound but didn't end his practice. This cycle would take another 10 minutes to end. Su Yue looked out the window and saw Lu Baichuan and others. After thinking about it, Su Yue went downstairs. Arriving at the gate of the villa, Su Yue did not open the door to let Lu Baichuan, Lu Xiuyun, and others in. Mr. Lu, I received a call from the dean's grandmother. I will attend your birthday party. I won't invite you in if you are sleeping. Su Yue said. Xiaofan is actually practicing now. Lu Baichuan showed joy in his eyes, and he smiled. We just came to see you on the way, so we won't go in to disturb you. Yue, you must come to the birthday party. Lu Xiuyun said kindly, Yue, you can come with Xiaofan to the birthday party, we can introduce some people to him. It's good to have a wider network of contacts. Su Yue nodded slightly. Mrs. Lu, I want to talk to you alone. Lu Baichuan coughed lightly, then you guys talk, I'll go to the side, the scenery here is not bad. Soon Lu Baichuan walked away. Su Yue whispered, Mrs. Lu, if it's convenient, you want 10 strands of your hair. Lu Shuyun's eyes lit up. Su Yue wanted her hair for blood relationship identification. Since Su Yue wanted to confirm the blood relationship, she should have the idea of returning to the Lu family. Of course there is no problem. Lu Shuyun said hurriedly. She quickly pulled out more than a dozen strands of hair and handed them to Su Yue. Mrs. Lu, I'm just identifying it. If there is no blood relationship, you don't have to waste your feelings on me. It doesn't mean that I want to recognize my relatives now. Su Yue said. Lu Shuyun nodded, Yue, you must be my granddaughter. You and Susu are just made of the same mold. Su Yue said, looking alike does not necessarily mean it is. Don't tell Mr. Lu about this first. No problem. Lu Shuyun quickly called Lu Baichuan to leave. Senior, this is Mrs. Lu's hair. I want to do a blood relationship test. I checked on the way back. Normal identification takes several days. If it is expedited, it can be done in a few hours at the fastest. Can you help me? Su Yue said a little coquettishly. Of course. Have you decided to identify it? Xiaofen took the paper box from Su Yue and said. Yeah. Su Yue nodded, let's confirm it first. Just because they look alike doesn't mean they are mother and daughter. Don't let the Lu family make a mistake. It will be very embarrassing. Drop some blood for testing. It's just right to see how your recovery ability is. Xiaofen pulled out a tissue. He held Su Yue's hand. Su Yue closed her eyes tightly. She was afraid of pain. Xiaofen used the dragon energy to gently prick Su Yue's fingertips. Suddenly, a small wound appeared on Su Yue's fingertips. He quickly squeezed out some blood. Yue, look at your wound. Xiaofen smiled. His mental power noticed that the wound on Su Yue's fingertips healed quickly. Su Yue put her hand close to stare at it. In less than 10 seconds, the wound was completely healed. In less than half a minute, no trace could be seen. My recovery ability is so strong. Su Yue couldn't believe it. Although the wound just now was small, the recovery speed was too terrifying. Xiaofen smiled and said, your recovery ability is really strong now. Even if you are injured, you don't have to worry about leaving scars. This is very good. Blood relationship identification. I'll ask Zhao Zongxiang to find someone. Xiaofen called Zhao Zongxiang soon, and Zhao Zongxiang came in person soon. Xiaofen handed 2 paper boxes to Zhao Zongxiang. There were hair and blood-stained tissues in them. Mr. Zhao, please find 2 large identification agencies to identify them separately, as quickly as possible. By the way, this is a blood relationship identification, not a paternity test. Zhao Zongxiang nodded. Don't worry, Xiao Xiao, I will definitely find a professional agency to identify it. In a blink of an eye, it was the next day, and Zhao Zongxiang came to Xiao Fan's villa again. Mr. Xiao, the results of both tests are out. The blood test results show that the 2 samples are maternally related. Zhao Zongxiang said, and he handed both test results to Xiao Fan. Mr. Zhao, thank you. I still have to trouble you to continue to purchase the various things I want. Xiao Fan said. Zhao Zongxiang smiled and said, Mr. Xiao, you are too polite. I will definitely do your job. Zhao Zongxiang left, and Xiao Fan took the results upstairs. He knocked on Su Yue's door, and Su Yue opened the door with sleepy eyes. Yesterday, Xiao Fan taught Su Yue how to exercise her mental power, but Su Yue overexercised and slept until dawn. Yue, this pajamas is nice. Xiao Fan said with a smile. He was high above and could see a very good view. Ah. Su Yue's face flushed, and she quickly slipped back to her room. Xiao Fan muttered in his heart, it's not like he hasn't touched it before. He planned to completely take down Su Yue in a few days. With his current relationship with Su Yue, it would be a natural thing to completely take her down by then. Senior, you are a bad guy. Not long after, Su Yue reopened the door. Xiao Fan smiled and said, is it bad now? I will have something worse then. The results of the blood relationship test are out. You and old Madame Lu are blood related. Xiaofan said and handed both test results to Su Yowei. Su Yowei carefully checked both results. The test results were the same. The possibility that Lu Xiuyun was her grandmother was close to 100%. I will attend my husband, Mr. Lu's birthday party. Would you go with me? Su Yowei said in a delicate voice. In order to get Xiaofan's consent, she directly called her husband out. Attend Mr. Lu's birthday party. Xiaofan thought about it and found that there was still time. Mr. Lu's birthday was still 10 days away. He would go to Myanmar in 5 days. He would stay there for 2 or 3 days at most and would definitely be back before the birthday party. Mrs. Lu asked me to invite you along, saying that she would introduce you to some connections. Xiaofan said, it's okay for me to accompany you to the birthday party, but it's not necessary for the Lu family to introduce you to some connections, so as not to affect your future choices. Without the benefits from the Lu family, he would be able to be tougher when facing the Lu family. Yeah. Su Yowei nodded. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 148 General Jin's hospitality. A few days passed. Look, senior. Su Yowei said happily, a coin flew around her quickly. Her immortality ability is an attribute ability, and mental power is her basic ability. Her mental power is much stronger than that of ordinary people. Putting aside the factor of the spirit cave, Xiaofan felt that Su Yowei's talent in superpowers was better than his. Without the amplification of the spirit cave, her own training and improvement was also good. Yowei, shoot it at me with all your strength. Xiaofan said. Senior, if I shoot it at you with all my strength, the speed will be faster. Su Yowei was a little worried. Xiaofan chuckled and said, you are not able to hurt me in this aspect now. Just go all out and let me see how strong you are now. Then. Dear senior, be careful. Su Yowei said, and the coin she controlled was shot at Xiaofan at high speed. This speed is much slower than the speed of a pistol bullet, but if it is used against ordinary people, it is no problem to make the opponent lose combat effectiveness in a short period of time. If Su Yowei controlled a sharp needle or nail instead of a coin, the power would be much stronger, and it would definitely be able to kill the target. Not bad. Keep controlling it and shoot it at me at full power. Xiaofan smiled. The coin that Su Yowei had just shot slowed down when it reached him, and he caught it in his hand easily. Su Yowei took the coin and tried again. Swish. This time the coin shot out 40 to 50 meters per second faster than before. Xiaofan's eyes lit up. Su Yowei didn't shoot at full power just now. Not bad. If this is the case, even if Su Yowei uses the coin, it will have a good killing power. Xiaofan doesn't ask Su Yowei to deal with powerful masters now. Su Yowei has a good recovery ability and can deal with ordinary people. There are not so many masters. The number of warriors in the whole Chinese country is very rare. Keep going. Xiaofan threw the coin to Su Yowei and smiled. In repeated training, Su Yowei can shoot coins faster and more accurately. The next day, Xiaofan and Su Yowei arrived in Z City, and Xiaofan needed to go to Myanmar. Mr. Xiao, Boss Tang asked me to accompany you to Myanmar. Xiaofan arrived at Mongsher Airport and Yang Jun came to meet him. Xiaofan smiled and nodded, Brother Yang, thank you for your help. I will talk to Boss Tang and ask him to raise your salary. Yang Jun said quickly, Young Master Xiao, it's not necessary. Since I went out with you a few times, the boss has raised my salary twice. My salary is already quite high now. Besides, I am also very happy to go out with you, young Master Xiao. Xiaofan said, since Boss Tang has already raised your salary, I won't say anything more. Let's go directly to Myanmar and have a drink with Boss Tang when we come back. Okay, young Master Xiao. In less than 2 hours, Xiaofan and his car entered Myanmar. Yang Jun did not drive directly to General Jin. General Jin came to greet him in person by helicopter. Brother Yang, you can just walk around here. I will call you when we return. Xiaofan said to Yang Jun. Yang Jun did not need to follow General Jin. Okay, young Master Xiao. Yang Jun nodded. Knowing Xiaofan's strength, he knew that Xiaofan did not need him to follow him to protect him. The helicopter left quickly. General Jin smiled and said, "The things you asked for, young Master Xiao, are stored in the cold storage. Meat and vegetables require different temperatures, so they are stored in 2 different storages." Xiao Fan asked, "Are the 2 storages close to each other? If they are far apart, it will be troublesome, and they can only be sent to Shanghai in 2 batches. They are 2 cold storages next to each other, you can rest assured about this, young Master Xiao." "Young Master Xiao, shall we go over and take a look now?" Xiao Fan nodded slightly. "Let's go and take a look first, business is more important." The helicopter was fast, and Xiao Fan and his team arrived at the destination in less than an hour. General Jin took Xiao Fan into a large cold storage. Boxes of pork cut according to different parts filled 1/5 of the cold storage. Xiao Fan scanned and checked with his mental power, and there was no problem with the meat. All the pork was frozen hard. Soon Xiao Fan and his team entered the cold storage next to it. The temperature here was much higher, and the vegetables were well preserved in the cold storage. "General Jin, remove all the cameras inside. I will use special methods to move them when the time comes, but I don't want to be photographed by the camera," Xiao Fan said after coming out of the cold storage. General Jin was a little surprised. Special methods to move things. A total of 15,000 tons of things, what special methods can Xiao Fan use to move? The people in the cold storage can also evacuate next. "General Jin, there should be no blind people who dare to come and steal your things, right?" Xiao Fan smiled and said. General Jin nodded. "Okay, Xiao, I will ask them to dismantle the cameras and then evacuate them all. No one will stay here." "Yes." Xiao Fan nodded. General Jin smiled and said, Xiao, you said before that you wanted me to treat you well. Let's go now. I promise that you will want to come again after you come." Night had fallen. After more than 10 minutes, Xiao Fan and his friends arrived at a large villa. There were actually more than 20 young girls in the villa. The youngest was estimated to be only 16 or 17 years old, and the oldest was only 26 or 27 years old. They came from different countries and were all very beautiful. Xiao, don't worry, they are all clean. I won't disturb you. Xiao, you can play games with them tonight. General Jin said with a smile. Xiao Fan. He really didn't expect General Jin's hospitality to be like this. Before being with Su Yowei, if he encountered such a game, Xiao Fan estimated that he would definitely stay, but now he didn't have such an idea. He and Su Yowei already had a strong relationship. Xiao Fan couldn't do such a thing as messing around with them behind Su Yowei's back. General Jin, you can enjoy this later. I have a girlfriend, I don't like this kind of entertainment, just good wine and good food. It would be better if we can go to the military camp to play some things that we can't play outside tomorrow. Xiao Fan turned and walked outside the villa. General Jin hurriedly said, Xiao, you play outside, your girlfriend will definitely not know, and what else can she control you? Xiao Fan waved his hand, General Jin, don't let me make a mistake. If you let me make a mistake, then our relationship will be ruined, and I'm afraid I will cause trouble to you. Ah. Okay. General Jin quickly stopped persuading. In a blink of an eye, it was the next day, and Xiao Fan went to General Jin's military camp to play with a lot of good things. He personally played with rockets, individual missiles, and Gatling machine guns. General Jin, all kinds of bombs, can you give me a few of them and put them in the warehouse? Xiao Fan asked. He learned that there are many types of bombs. The guns given to Shanghai could not be used. It is very likely that there is a problem with gunpowder. Some explosives are not made of gunpowder. Give Shanghai a copy of all kinds of explosives. Shanghai might find something useful by then. With explosives, attacking the city will be easier. General Jin said hesitantly, if you bring the things to China, it will be troublesome for you and me if you are caught. Xiao Fan said, don't worry, I won't bring the things to China. I am a law-abiding citizen. General Jin nodded, in that case, it's no problem to give you a few of each. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 149 General Jin's terror at night, Xiao Fan stayed in a hotel not too far from the warehouse. General Jin prepared a presidential suite for him. Today was the day he and Shanghai agreed to meet. At 11:30, Xiao Fan made himself invisible and teleported directly outside the hotel. In less than 5 minutes, Xiao Fen approached the warehouse. His mental power can now extend about 170 meters. Xiao Fen first checked to make sure that there was no problem with the two warehouses. There was no one guarding the warehouse, and the cameras in the constant temperature cover of the warehouse were also removed. He teleported directly to the vegetable warehouse. The temperature in this warehouse was much higher, so it was more comfortable for him to wait in this warehouse. Come out. Xiao Fen took out a large mirror from the dimensional bag. There were wheels under the mirror, so he could push the mirror forward, which was much more convenient. At 12 o'clock, Xiao Hai appeared as scheduled. Grandpa, there are 10,000 tons of vegetables in the cold storage I am in now, and there are 5,000 tons of meat in the freezer next to it. Can you transfer them all over? Xiao Fen asked. Xiao Hai said with a smile, no problem. I have eaten a lot of carrots and my strength has increased a lot. It is also much easier to transfer things between the two worlds. Xiao Fen pushed the big mirror forward, and the things in front of the mirror disappeared quickly. The speed of transmission was more than twice as fast as at the beginning. My dear grandson, what are those? Soon Xiao Fen pushed the mirror to the place where many bombs were placed. There were hundreds of bombs of various sizes, about 20 kinds, and General Jean prepared 5 bombs of each kind for him. Grandpa, these are various bombs. The elements that make up them are not all the same. Some of them may also be useful on your side. You can find a place to test them when the time comes. Xiao Fen said. Xiao Hai's eyes lit up. If some of them can really be used in the test, Xiao Fen will send more of them in the future, and his expansion speed will be much faster. It is entirely possible that he will conquer the entire Shenwu continent in the future. My dear grandson, you have to be careful when buying such things. Although you have a certain strength now, there are still many warriors who are stronger than you. Even if you reach the innate level, you can't compete with the country. Xiao Hai warned with a serious expression. Xiao Fen said, Grandpa, don't worry. I got these things in Myanmar and passed them to you directly here. There will be no problem. Xiao Hai nodded slightly, that's good, don't be impatient when doing things. Your strength is improving rapidly now, and the progress on Grandpa's side is also relatively smooth. Time is on our side. Xiao Fen nodded. About an hour later, all the things in the first warehouse were transferred. Xiao Fen put the mirror into the dimensional bag and then teleported to the second warehouse. The temperature in this warehouse is -18 degrees Celsius, which is unbearable for ordinary people. Xiao Fen is now a martial artist at the level of Huajin, so it's okay. 5,000 tons of pork and beef, Xiao Fen passed them all to Xiao Hai in half an hour. My dear grandson, Grandpa still has some spare energy. I'll pass on some small superpowers to you, and also give you super hearing, which is quite practical. Xiao Hai said, and the dazzling light entered Xiao Fan's body through the mirror. My dear grandson, Grandpa is going to celebrate the winter festival, so there will be a lot of things to do. I'll contact you in 7 days. The first batch of armor should be ready by then, so you can pass it over. The soldiers still need to train well in the armor. Xiao Hai disappeared instantly after he finished speaking. After passing on so many things and finally giving Xiao Fen the ability of super hearing, even if Xiao Hai had the help of his personal guards, the consumption was very huge. Collect. Xiao Fen put away the mirror. Then he quietly returned to the hotel. There were surveillance cameras in the corridors of the hotel, but the surveillance cameras did not notice his departure at all. After washing and going to bed, time soon came to the next morning. What plans do you have for today, Xiao Xiao? If you don't have any plans, why don't I be your tour guide and take you around some scenic spots in our Myanmar? Some of our scenic spots in Myanmar are still very good. General Jean also stayed in the hotel last night. He and Xiao Fen had breakfast together. Xiao Fen shook his head, General Jean, I have something to go back first. Don't worry about the cold storage for the time being, and you don't go in. I should come again within a month. Xiao Fen asked Tang Zitian to find a warehouse to store a lot of food before, and he will definitely come to deliver the food to his grandfather in the future. Don't worry, Xiao Xiao, no one will enter the cold storage. But vegetables can't be stored for too long, Xiao Xiao, you have to try to transfer them. General Jean said. Xiao Fen nodded slightly. When General Jean opens the cold storage later, he will know that the things inside have disappeared long ago. It is better for General Jean to know about it after a period of time. General Jean, if our cooperation is pleasant, you will definitely benefit in the future. If the cooperation is not pleasant, you will die silently. Xiao Fen said calmly. At this point, Xiao Fen pointed to an apple that General Jean was holding. General Jean, this apple is rotten inside, you can take it back and cut it open. Thank you for reminding me, Mr. Xiao. We will definitely have a pleasant cooperation. General Jean picked up the apple. Since Xiao Fen said so, he must go back and cut it open. General Jean, please let the helicopter take me back. Xiao Fen said. Okay, Xiao Fen. Soon Xiao Fen reached the top of the hotel, and the helicopter was already waiting there. Xiao Fen left, and General Jean quickly returned to his room. He took out a knife and cut the apple. The outside of the apple was fine, but the core inside had become mushy. General Jin's face changed. Xiao Fen could make the apple core like this, so he could definitely make his heart and brain like this. Suddenly General Jean found a perfect apple seed inside. The rest of the apple seeds had turned into a paste. There are words. General Jean suddenly found that there were very small words on this perfect apple seed. General Jean couldn't see it clearly even with his eyes wide open. He quickly asked someone to find a magnifying glass. Now he could finally see it clearly. Cooperation and win-win. There were 4 words on one side of the small apple seed, and the 4 words were very neat. It's terrible. General Jean was shocked. It was a very clever method to let the inside of the apple rot quietly without any damage on the outside. He even engraved words on the apple seed. General Jean couldn't imagine how Xiao Fen did it. Are warriors so strong? This is the same as the method of immortals. General Jean thought to himself, and he made up his mind to hold Xiao Fan's thigh tightly. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 150 Jiang Wanchen meets Xiao Fen China, the western suburbs of the Magic City. In an ordinary house here, many important figures from various martial arts families gathered. The location of the Spirit Cave is in this house. In order to compete for the time to occupy the Spirit Cave, many people who are usually friendly with each other are now arguing with each other. Jiang Wanchen, the director of the 9th Security Bureau, was also present, and he was in a headache. After discussing which families to share, they had to discuss the time. The parties had different opinions on the order of time, the amount of time, etc., and they argued for several days in a row. During this period, Jiang Wanchen left, and some masters of martial arts families even started fighting over a disagreement. Ding! At this time, Jiang Wanchen's phone rang. Sorry, everyone, I have a call. Jiang Wanchen picked up the phone and went outside, just in time to come out and have some peace and quiet. Director, our people have found another golden ant. A person from the 9th Security Bureau reported. Jiang Wanchen's expression froze, and he walked away with the phone. Where did you find it? Director, the Spirit Cave is 10 miles east. Jiang Wanchen frowned secretly. Many of them have already searched everywhere around the area for more than 10 miles, so it is unlikely that there are any golden ants left. It seems unnecessary for foreign forces to throw golden ants here at this time. Are there any surveillance cameras nearby? If there are, call up the surrounding surveillance for me immediately. Jiang Wanchen said in a deep voice. Normally, there are still very few surveillance cameras in the suburbs, but the appearance of super creatures is a threat to demons, and many places in the entire area have now installed surveillance cameras. Those surveillance cameras are also a deterrent to the major martial arts families and warriors from other countries who come here, which can make them behave themselves. There are surveillance cameras nearby. We have checked the surveillance cameras and found no suspicious persons. No one has passed by there in the past 2 days. Jiang Wanchen frowned secretly. No one has passed by. Could it be a ghost? Director, Xiaodong likes to read various novels. He proposed a possibility. Could the golden ants have traveled from another world? Travel. Jiang Wanchen's heart moved. The golden ant appeared here for the first time, and it appeared here again for the second time. Super mosquitoes also appeared in Leishan County. Could it be a coincidence? If it's not a coincidence, then is there also a spiritual cave in Leishan County? Jiang Wanchen thought to himself. Zhou Xiang, does anyone else know this news? No, Director. The second golden ant was discovered by Xiaodong. We are the only ones who know it now. Very good, don't tell anyone. If the news leaks out, you will leave the 9th Security Bureau on your own. Do you understand? Understood. Zhou Xiang, who was on the other end of the conversation, said hurriedly with a shudder in his heart. He is a good warrior, but he has offended stronger forces before. If he leaves the 9th Security Bureau, his life will definitely not be easy. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Wanchen looked to the southwest. He really wanted to rush to City Z to confirm it immediately. He estimated that his guess was likely. But now the smell of gunpowder from all parties here is very strong. If he, the director, leaves, some forces may fight again. Everyone, you have been arguing for quite some time. I have to attend Elder Lu's birthday the day after tomorrow. If you still can't come to a conclusion today, I will report the situation on Elder Lu's birthday. Perhaps the higher-ups want us to have the exclusive right to play the safe game. Jiang Wanchen said gloomily after returning to the room. Hearing what Jiang Wanchen said, the heads of the major martial arts families were startled. Jiang Wanchen had just gone out to answer a phone call. Could something have happened? Everyone, we are all fellow martial artists in China, why don't we all take a step back? The speaker was an old man in a tang suit. He was Yifei's grandfather, the head of the Yi family, Yuandao. He once had a congenital level of cultivation, but his current strength has fallen to the level of acquired perfection due to his age. However, if he is angered, he can also burst out with congenital level strength in a short period of time. The head of the Lei family nodded. Brother Yi said so, our Lei family has no objection. Our Ouyang family has no objection. Our Chu family has no objection. The Luo family has no objection. The 5 major martial arts families expressed their opinions one after another. Shaolin, Wudong, and the hidden martial arts sect Kunlun School also expressed their opinions and expressed their support. Jiang Wanchen said so. If they continue to fight, they may really upset the higher-ups. Mr. Lu does not have a good impression of martial artists. If Jiang Wanchen really took advantage of Lu Baichuan's birthday to expose the matter, if Lu Baichuan knew about it, it might really let the Security Bureau monopolize it. What will they do then? If the country mobilizes heavy troops, can they still fight against the country? They are still very powerful in one-on-one combat, but if they face the steel torrent of the country, planes, cannons, missiles, etc., their strength is not enough. The innate level strong are powerful and fast, but can they be as fast as supersonic missiles? Once a supersonic missile is fired, the entire family or sect will be blown to the sky. Half an hour later, the parties finally reached an agreement and signed their names. Jiang Wanchen secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Everyone, since everyone has reached an agreement, let's implement it as agreed. If any party violates the rules, the other parties will jointly fight against it. If there are foreign forces making trouble, everyone will also work together to solve it. Jiang Wanchen said in a deep voice. Yuandao and the others smiled and nodded. They didn't look like they had been arguing for a few days. Jiang Wanchen returned to the imperial capital, and then he disguised himself and secretly took a civil aviation plane to City Z. When he got off the plane, Xiao Fan just got off the plane. Huh. Jiang Wanchen saw Xiao Fan. He now knew about the case of Xiao Fan's parents. Lu Baichuan was paying attention to this case, and Lu Baichuan personally called him a few days ago. Jiang Wanchen also knew 2 things. The first was that Xiao Fan was the boyfriend of Lu Baichuan's granddaughter. The second was that the super mosquito was discovered by Xiao Fan. After a little consideration, Jiang Wanchen walked directly towards Xiao Fan. When he was in Leishan County, he planned to meet Xiao Fan. Now that he met him, it was a good opportunity to chat with Xiao Fan and take a ride with Xiao Fan. Hello, classmate Xiao Fan. Jiang Wanchen approached and greeted him. Who are you? Xiao Fan asked in confusion. Jiang Wanchen took a few steps forward and smiled and said, Classmate Xiao Fan, I'm from the 9th Security Bureau. Do you mind if I take a ride? Jiang Wanchen's eyes showed suspicion when he said this. He didn't feel it when he was far away, but when he was close, he found that Xiao Fan was very unusual. In Xiao Fan's body, he sensed the hidden powerful internal energy. This internal energy reached the level of Huajin. Compared with his innate level, it was much worse, but Xiaofen was only a young man in his 20s. There were only a handful of young people in the whole country who reached the level of Huajin. In fact, I do mind. We are not familiar with each other, you should take a taxi yourself. Xiaofen said cautiously, he felt threatened by Jiang Wanchen. Please give me 5-star praise, midline horizontal ellipsis.